Hi Year 3, we've been doing artwork based on Vincent van Gogh's work, so now I thought it would be time to learn a little bit more about the man. So, what do you already know about Vincent van Gogh? Well, here's some information. He was born in 1853. His job, he was an artist. He was a Dutch artist. He was born in Holland. He painted portraits and landscapes. Portraits, pictures of people; landscapes, pictures of the natural world. He used watercolours and oil paints, and he's famous for using bright colours and bold brush strokes in his work. He painted in a style called post-impressionism. So post means after. So there was the French Impressionists. He learnt from them, but he painted after them, so he's a post-impressionist. So, in 1879, Van Gogh's brother suggested he became an artist. And he went to art school in Brussels, in Belgium, and started to learn about drawing. In 1882, he visited his relative, Anton Mauve, who introduced him to painting with oil paint. In 1885, he produced his first important painting called The Potato Eaters. And in 1886, he moved to Paris, France, where he discovered the work of some artists called the French Impressionists, which is where he got his title, Post-Impressionist. So, here's The Potato Eaters. The painting shows 5 people sitting around a table eating potatoes. Van Gogh had not been painting for very long when he made this picture, and he painted the picture in oil paints. He wanted to show real life in his picture. He used quite dark colours in the artwork. Can you work out why? I suspect it was because there was no electricity, so the lamp above the table is an oil lamp which won't give a very bright light. So colours would not have been very clear. But I might be wrong. You should recognise this one, the sunflowers, painted in 1888. He painted it for his friend, the artist Paul Gauguin. He chose the colour yellow to represent happiness, and he made lots of paintings in sunflowers. I suspect it's because as he was in France at this time, he saw fields and fields of sunflowers like I did a few years ago when I visited France. This is one of Van Gogh's most popular and famous paintings. Oh, wrong one. And finally, Starry Night. He painted in 1889. Again, it's one of his most famous paintings. He was very interested in the night time, and he used his paint to create a swirling effect. He really shows movement in this picture. And he used bright yellow paint to make it look as though the moon and the stars were glowing. So, what have you found out about Vincent van Gogh? Have you learned something new? So, just looking at that glossary again. Impressionism, a style of painting using dabs of paint and colour with visible brush strokes. A landscape, a painting showing a view of natural scenery like the countryside. Portrait, a painting of a person. Post-impressionism, the work of some famous artists, including Van Gogh, who used bright colours and symbols to show emotions and feelings in their artwork. Watercolour, a type of paint which is used with water to give a transparent colour. The one thing they haven't put in there is still life. His painting of the sunflowers was neither a landscape, which is a natural scenery, or a portrait. A still life is where you just paint the object that's in front of you, such as a vase of flowers. So, hope you've learnt a little bit. Keep on painting. Bye.